Hello, in this session we're going to look at streaming services. What's a streaming service? Well, it's a way that you can watch videos, what you would normally have watched in the past on TV, at any time, on any device, anywhere, as long as you're connected to the internet. Streaming services are things like BBC iPlayer, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV. And although they're different and they have different programs on them, they all operate in a very similar way. And today I'm just going to look at some of the most important things, how to operate the video and content in them by using BBC iPlayer. I'm doing this because it's free and available to everyone in the UK. We're going to look at, first of all, how you find BBC iPlayer and then how you log on to it. And this process is the same whether you're looking for something like Netflix or Apple TV or anything like that, or Amazon Prime. The process is very similar. And as with many of these sessions, I'm going to be using a laptop device. I'm going to be using the Google Chrome browser. However, as I say, a lot of the processes are the same whether or not you're using an Android device that's a phone, a tablet device, an Apple phone, whatever it is. A lot of these processes are the same. So first thing we need to do is to find what we're looking for, and I want to find BBC iPlayer. So I type in BBC iPlayer, then press return so I can just get through to this. Now left click here on BBC iPlayer and it'll take me through to the BBC iPlayer homepage. Now at this point I can't watch anything because I'm not logged in. So one of the things you're going to need to do is to set up an account. And then once you set up the account, you can log in on any device from anywhere in the world. So assuming you've set up that account, all you do now is press sign in, which is this button here. And now it's asking me for some information. It wants to know the email account or the username that I used to set up on my BBC account. It also wants me to know password. So I'm just going to input that information in. So once we've come through to this screen, we need to correctly identify and pick the right profile. So a lot of streaming services will allow you to create more than one profile. So for instance, if you live with a husband, wife, partner, they could also have their own separate profile within your account. And what this means is that when they press on theirs, they will be sort of presented with the sort of TV programs they're interested in, and you'll be presented with the ones you're interested in. Let's say you're very interested in golfing programs. When you open up your profile, you'll probably see lots of programs about golf, whereas if your partner's not interested, they won't. So in this case, there's a couple of different profiles on my BBC account. I'm going to press the one named Tom because that's the one I'm interested in. So if I left click that one, that will take me through to my profile homepage. And from there, I can start to pick out and look at the type of content that I want to see. So there's a lot of content for me to pick from. Streaming services are essentially huge libraries filled with videos, and I can watch any of them at any time. So it's really important that I know how to find what I'm after. There's many different ways you can do that. Now each streaming service has a slightly different arrangement of search functions and how you can find things, but as with many of the things that we've been looking at, there are a lot of similarities. So the first one is most of them will have a search function. The BBC iPlayer has one, it's up here. I press that, and then what I could do is type in exactly what I want, and this is very similar to using a browser. So using something like Google Chrome. So let's just say I just want to do some simple search for news. Just type in news, and then I get a load of options down there. So BBC News Special, have I got news for you? BBC News. So I can then left click on BBC News. It will take me through to some video content about BBC News. I'm just going to go back to the screen that I was started on. But there are other ways that I can search for content. So I can look at it by channels. So BBC 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can look at it in that way. And then another way I can look at it is by category. So if I left click this button, categories here. So obviously different channels. So BBC 1 and BBC 2, both of them have, say, food programs on, or drama or sport programs. So I don't have to look specifically by that channel. I can look at all the stuff that's about, say, food. So if I left click food, it will show me all the food programs regardless of whether it's on BBC 1 or BBC 2. So again, just going back to the screen I started on, I've got an A to Z there. That does what it says on the tin. It's an A to Z of all the programs. I've got a TV guide, which is very similar to something like Radio Times. And I've got my program. So if I left click on that, it will take me through to some of the programs that I've been watching. But for now, I'm just going to press search again. I'm going to put in news, and I'm going to go to BBC News. And then we're going to watch this video. I've got to the program that I'm after, which is the news program. So what I need to do now is to play it. Again, each streaming service is slightly different, but most of them will have a big button on that says play, or it'll have a play symbol, which is usually an arrow. In the case of the BBC iPlayer service, it's here. So if I just press left click on that, what will happen is the video screen will come up here, and this gives me a tiny bit more detail. And then once again, left click on that. Now, if you're using the BBC website, it will sometimes ask you if you've got a TV license. I do, so I have a TV license. Watch now.
Hello, good morning. This is BBC News with the latest headlines.
That BBC News item has started.